Many of you feel as if you're not from this earth, and there's a reason for that. I'm about to tell you something that has been kept secret from most of you for your entire lives. You are a part of a program called the Starseed Alignment. You volunteered for this temporary consciousness raising program where part of your soul leaves and incarnates on worlds such as Earth, which are subject to the laws of duality, while the rest of your soul and body hibernates on your home planet. The protocol is simple. As your soul evolves, your consciousness raises, and a little more of the original soul joins itself on Earth. This is because your body and mind is calibrating to the higher frequencies. This was a selfless act as you chose to forget this agreement in order to raise the collective consciousness of this planet. As more and more starseeds remember the truth, they slowly start to merge their dualities, awakening the rest of the planet as well. There are around 100 star nations in this galactarian alignment, and I want to help you figure out where your home is. I've spoken about some of them, like the Arcturians. However, there are many more that comes in all shapes and sizes. There's a lot more that I have to talk to you about, so stick around.
Let's talk about the Draconians, or as some of you like to say, the lizard-looking aliens that control our government. While there is some truth to that, we must first seek to understand why they are here and what they want from us, because the truth lies deeper than you could possibly imagine. They originate from the Draco constellation, which is relatively close to Earth. However, they can be found in Sirius and Orion as well. The knowledge about reptilian species here on Earth is nothing new to us, centuries old and spanning across many different cultures, even influencing the infamous story of Adam and Eve. We must look into our past to understand our future. The Draconians are cold-blooded, scaly, surprisingly very muscular, and come in a plethora of colors. However, they're shapeshifters, so when on Earth, they look just like us. The Draconians believe that they were the first beings in the galaxy, and therefore it belongs to them. They feel superior to every race, which is why for hundreds of thousands of years they have been conquering planets from the inside out. They work by altering a civilization's gene pool to dumb them down to be later utilized for food, resources, and underground territory. They feed off of low vibrational energy, which is why they do everything to keep us down. How are we being manipulated? They're known as the Sirians, and you can be one of them. They originate from the binary star system Sirius A and Sirius B, 8.6 light years away. If you feel a strong connection to the ocean, maybe dolphins, whales, or even mermaids, that is because Sirius B is home to all of these species. They are six-dimensional beings, and their purpose here on Earth is to help humans in any way to raise their frequency and ascend into the higher dimensions. They have been helping us for hundreds of thousands of years, especially in ancient Egypt and Atlantis, so if you feel connected to any of these, this is why. Syrian starseeds have been sent here for thousands of years to share their great knowledge, especially in the realms of spirituality and crystals and healing. So if you're spiritually inclined, this is why. A lot of Syrian starseeds are very focused and goal-oriented because they have a purpose here. If none of that resonated with you, don't worry, because there are plenty other starseeds across the galaxy, such as this one and this one. So stay tuned to find out who you really are. Do you have a fear of the ocean, or maybe have frequent dreams of yourself drowning, but you don't really know why? Well, let me help you understand. There's a very high chance that you lived a past life on either Atlantis or Lemuria. Whether you choose to accept it or not, Atlantis was a real place that played a crucial role in our historical evolution. Atlantis was a place of love, harmony, and peace, and it was extremely advanced with technology thousands of years ahead of what we currently have. However, during the precession of the equinox 16,000 years ago, we fell into a Kali Yuga, or Dark Age. Fear, greed, and the love of power took over, leading to the fall of this legendary civilization, similar to what's happening today. Many catastrophic events happened at once and led to the sinking of Atlantis. Thousands of people drowned during this time. However, they have now chosen to come back to Earth. For the past 40 years, they have been incarnating here to help usher in the new age of Aquarius. The memory of Atlantis sinking is ingrained within them, so they still have this fear of the ocean or drowning. I'm going to be making a series on Atlantis, but in the next video, I'm going to address the traits of Atlanteans and Lemurians to see if any of them resonate with you, so I can help you remember who you truly are. Let's talk about the place where many of you have lived before, the forgotten city of Atlantis. We have all the evidence right here, but we choose not to accept it because it will make us rethink everything we believe to be true. Underwater pyramids are popping up everywhere. It's all connected. There's even one in the Bermuda Triangle, which I'll get into later. But they are all remnants of Atlantis. Many scholars believe Atlantis to simply be a figment of Plato's imagination. However, millions of people across the globe are starting to vividly remember when either they or their ancestors lived during this time. It was a time where the level of awareness was beyond imaginable. Using telepathy as communication, crystals as a power source for the entire continent, levitation of themselves and objects, and a vast amount of knowledge that we're only starting to relearn now. Many of you have frequent dreams of yourself drowning, or on the contrary, you may have an affinity for water. But either way, you have incarnated here at this exact moment in time to prevent the destruction from happening again. The question is, how was it destroyed? Is the Earth flat? No. But is it hollow? Yes. Let's talk about the advanced race of beings that live right under our feet. They are known as the Agarthans. They live in their capital city, Telos, or as the Hindus and Buddhists know it as Shambhala, which is located right beneath Mount Shasta in California. They inhabited Earth at one point on the cities of Atlantis and Lemuria. However, right before the great disasters hit, they migrated down. There are two entrances in the North Pole and the South Pole. However, they are protected by a magnetic force field and camouflaged by clouds. In 1947, a man by the name of Admiral Byrd was able to enter Agartha. The leader of Agartha took him on a tour, and he wrote a very in-depth detail regarding the experiences he had. He explained how Agartha was a very spiritually and technologically advanced civilization, in a beautiful tropical paradise far beyond what you could ever imagine. If you follow and DM me on Instagram, I'll send you the link to his journal. And there are reptilian humanoid species down there. There have been battles, but for the most part they live in peace. Buddhists believe that the Agarthans have been working through the Dalai Lama of Tibet to help humanity ascend. And I have a lot of evidence to back up these claims. I'll get to that in the next video. So stay tuned. When I say aliens, this is probably what you think of. Little gray dudes with big bulging eyes. Well, this is only a small portion of what's really out there. There are thousands of different extraterrestrial races out there that come in all shapes and sizes. They look like birds, insects, reptiles, dinosaurs, and many are indistinguishable from us. Now, you may call me crazy, but there's a saying, for those who believe, no explanation is necessary, and for those who don't, no explanation will suffice. We all know that the best place to hide something is in plain sight, and that is exactly what they do. They hide the truth in movies like Star Trek, oftentimes just completely copying the appearance of beings like the felines from the Lyran constellation. Even Monsters vs. Aliens, a comical movie, is scarily accurate. They are desensitizing you to the truth. These beings are your true self, and Earth is not your true home. You have forgotten that you are an infinite, multidimensional being, part of something way greater than you can ever imagine. But I'm going to help you remember. I'm going to go through each species and help you identify which one you are.
Whenever you look up at the stars, do these three always grab your attention? Like there's something mysterious about it? You have a sense of belonging there?
Do any of these beings look familiar to you? Well, if you answered yes to any of those, then you may be an Orion starseed like me. The Orion star system has many stars with different races, so there has been a long history of wars and conflict. A lot of us incarnated here on Earth, so I'm going to list some characteristics to see if they resonate with you. You have a great sense of humor and love being around people when the conversations are intellectual and engaging. However, if you spend too much time around people, you'll feel stressed and the urge to retreat will come over you. You are a natural activist, so you care about the planet and every single being on it. You also may feel connected to dolphins or whales. You don't really care about money, but you do spend big to make things better, and you prefer to run your own business. You're curious and want to understand emotions, but your logical thinking takes over. Your gift of balancing spirituality and practical action to manifest things into reality is why you're here. You use your wisdom to show people the true nature of reality and make this world a better place. There is literally an entire advanced civilization right under our feet, and they are keeping that knowledge from us. We know that the best place to hide something is in plain sight, so have you ever read Journey to the Center of the Earth by Jules Verne, or maybe even watched the movie? Well, this is a scarily accurate representation of what really happens within our Earth. The race of people living within our Earth are known as the Agarthans, and they are descendants of Lemurians. There are two entrances to Agartha, or Inner Earth, and they are in the South Pole and the North Pole. However, they are not on the ground, they are in the air. Admiral Byrd flew there in 1947, and what was in his diary is exactly what was in the movie. Admiral Byrd said that when he entered, it was like a lush forest with rivers, and there was a huge woolly mammoth looking animal. That's how they got there on a movie, on a plane which supposedly crash landed, but they couldn't find the plane. And when they started exploring, they saw that everything was just 5 times as big as on Earth, and the animals were extremely huge. He said he was greeted by people over 12 feet tall, and guess what they're finding now? There is a sun at the center of Agartha, and guess what? There was one in the movie too. Part 3, I'm going to read Admiral Byrd's diary. Question every. There's a very high chance that you're an alien and you don't even know it. Today I'm going to be talking about the Arcturians. They originate from a star called Arcturus in the Bootes constellation. They are the most technologically and spiritually advanced extraterrestrials in our galaxy. Arcturians are incredibly intelligent beings who incarnate here on Earth to help usher in the new future in relation to technology and community living that is focused on balance and sustainability. Here are some of the traits that could help you discover whether or not you're an Arcturian starseed. Arcturians have strong personalities and are great communicators, so they often find themselves sharing wisdom with others and engaging in deep conversations regarding astrology, technology, society, and sacred geometry. However, they can be sometimes hard to get close to and distant at times. It is important that they can have a good sense of personal freedom and intimate relationships. Time alone without not having to explain themselves allows them to feel free and not constricted. Many times when Arcturian starseeds close their eyes, sacred geometry and colorful patterns appear. Comment below if you think you're an Arcturian starseed or do any of these faces look familiar to you? These souls are known as the Pleiadians.
They originated on planet Era, which is next to the star Taygeta in the Pleiades star cluster. Their dimensional perspectives exist from the third dimension to the ninth dimension. However, when in physical form, they do take the appearance of a Nordic or Scandinavian human. They have been sent here for thousands of years to help heal and nurture life, especially on Atlantis. They also help with the development of other life forms such as dolphins and whales, so if you feel connected to them, this is why. There are currently around 100 million Pleiadian starseeds on Earth, and you could be one of them. Here are some traits that might resonate with you. You love to spread love. You are a natural and powerful healer. You are great with animals. You are a great communicator. You are highly sensitive and may have had a traumatic childhood. You have a very strong intuition and perception. You feel connected to nature, and you feel that your mission here on Earth is to wake up humanity. Pleiadians are here to help others remember who they are, their power, their divinity, and their gifts.
Does this being look familiar to you? Maybe it's appeared in one of your dreams? Consider yourself lucky. They are known as the Blue Avians. They are 9 to 12 dimensional beings from another galaxy that carry a message for humans of peace and hope, appearing to those who are ready to receive their message. There are only a couple thousand starseed incarnations here on Earth because they don't like to be in physical form. However, when they do, they become ascended masters like Thoth. The message of these beings is simple. Be of service to one another, focus on love and forgiveness, and uplifting human consciousness one person at a time, starting with yourself. So the next time they appear in your dreams, just know it is truly a blessing. Do you have a deep connection to cats, lions, tigers? Well, like my brother here, you may be a Lyran starseed. Lyrans are the oldest known souls in the galaxy, and they come from planet Vega in the Lyran constellation. However, some do incarnate as Arcturians, Sirians, and Pleiadians. Lyran starseeds are here to inspire others to realize their true nature and transcend the limitations of human experience. They contributed their knowledge to the development of Atlantis, so if you feel connected to the water, this is why. They are very human-like in appearance, but most of them do have cat features. Lyrans are natural leaders. However, they don't like to be at the center of attention because of their reserved nature. Don't let that fool you, because Lyrans are some of the most courageous, fearless, and adventurous souls. They value independence and often struggle with authority. Lyrans are caring, strong, and compassionate, and people are drawn to them because of their gentle nature. However, they sometimes get taken advantage of by people exploiting this side of their personality. Even if you don't connect to Lyrans, don't worry, because there's many other starseeds across the galaxy. My next video will be on the Andromedans, so stay tuned.